Do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-da-da. Major Lazer. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. The Houston Rockets took down the Toronto Raptors in their second preseason game tonight. Feels good to be undefeated, man. It feels good to be undefeated. No one's arguing with undefeated preseason thus far. So, welcome back to Let's Talk Rockets number 5. It is, these are live streams, but I kind of treat them almost as a podcast. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Maybe one day we'll actually establish it as a legitimate Rockets podcast, but just keep it interesting, right? I just Side note, real quick, before we get into this recap and all the good, juicy stuff, I just booked my ticket to Houston for the home opener, so I cannot wait to see you guys there. And I can't wait to beat the Memphis Grizzlies in our home opener. So let me pull up this game here on ESPN. But before we do that, actually, let's get some opening thoughts off. All right. Jalen Green, a lot of improvements. Jalen Green looks awesome. All right. He looks like he's got a tightened handle. He looks like he is even more confident as he was towards the end of the season. He looks like even more confident. He's in better shape, right? There were a lot of possessions that Jalen Green kind of turned nothing into something, especially there in the third quarter. Shout out to all the viewers, all 12 of you watching this right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are watching either live or past live. Welcome here if you guys are new. We'll start off with some chats before we get into it. For the love of God, can we cut Nix? He doesn't belong in the NBA. He's taking tie minutes. So I already knew we'd get some. We were definitely getting some opinions on Daishen Nix, and I had many opinions, especially after that first quarter by Daishen Nix, because that was a tough one. I was thinking to myself, maybe he recovers. Maybe we'll see. Then I saw Ty get subbed in there at the start of the fourth, and Daishen, his next two quarters were not better than the first. So we'll talk about that. Shout out to Al Comedy and Charlie, the other guys in the chat right now. But man, we're undefeated right now. All right, our next game, real quick, is on the 10th, which is, I guess, Monday. Oh, please don't have sound. Please don't have sound. Why would it not have sound? Right. Oh, why would it not have sound? So sorry if that was just an ear fuck. Man, you gotta love it, right? You gotta love that ESPN some way, somehow is the oh my god, dude, I'm just quite genuinely stupid. You guys couldn't see any of that. So you have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, we're all set. We're all chilling here. All right. Tari Eason, rookie of the year. I didn't expect the Rockets to win against the Raptors. So let's look into a couple of things real quick. Let's talk about just overall team play. First things first, I know 76% from the free throw line doesn't blow your mind. It doesn't shock you. But considering how bad we were at free throws last season and how bad we were on free throws in our last game last Sunday against the San Antonio Spurs, it just feels good to go 28-37 because to our new standards, that's pretty solid. And we got a lot to say about that. Hey, shout out Tari, Eason, shout out KPJ also from the free throw line. 3-pointers, 12 of 31. First off, look at Toronto right here, 6 of 34 from downtown. Oof. It's kind of tough. Once again, the Houston Rockets win the rebound battle. Now, I gotta say, I don't think that's crazy surprising to me. Well, the fact that we're winning consistently right now on the rebounds is kind of surprising to me. When I watched this game, I don't think I would have said that the Rockets won the rebound battle. There were way too many second chance rebounds from Toronto just because like everyone on their team, especially because Freddie didn't play tonight. Everyone on the Raptors is like 6'8" or 6'9", or they have a 6'8", 6'9" wingspan at the very minimum. The turnovers are down to 17, which sounds crazy to say, but I didn't have too many issues with the turnovers. When you got a lot of young kids out there and it's the second live game you've played of the season, you kind of are anticipating some turnovers, especially because that's something we struggled with last season. But not too worried about the turnovers. We'll talk about all that stuff here. Let's just get into the box score. We got to make sure. Please no ad. Please no ad. Oh, tricked us for a second there. All right. What immediately stood out to myself, and I would imagine a lot of you guys, is Jalen Green. All right. Jalen Green, as my boy Charlie saying here, why is this banner orange? Sorry. That should fix that. Oh, we're sticking with orange. I don't know why. I know that's like the most minuscule. There we go. I didn't like that. Jalen Green's looking ugly. That's how comedy follows it up right here. JG4 is giving me T-Mac vibes. I absolutely love that. And I know the announcers were pretty big on this as well, but his handle just genuinely looks so much better. There was a possession early on in this game where Gary Trent was like literally wet on rice on Jalen. It was crazy. Gary Trent Jr. is a solid defender. He's a good defender. He's good at getting in steals. And he looked like, Jalen didn't really lose the ball at any point, but he was giving Jalen, like, if this was like pick up rec ball, you'd be like, dude, come on, like, figure it out. Like, no. So the first possession is 80 degrees outside, man. We're not, I'm not trying to get injured, blah, blah, blah. Gary Trent was all over this dude. Jalen maneuvers over a pick and just drains a three with the shot clock expiring. I mean, his confidence is looking phenomenal. And I really like the way he's focusing a lot more right now on getting downhill. Jalen Green made the most amount of threes last season. It was like 157 threes last season. That was the most of all rookies. And you saw it again tonight. He went 4-9 from downtown, which you just love to see. But he finished with 23 points, finished with 5 free throws. I know 5 free throws isn't anything crazy, but when you're only playing 25 minutes, I'll take it. I'll definitely take that. So I think with Jalen's improved ball handling, his improved handle, he's able to get downhill easier, and he's also made a lot of adjustments just kind of finishing at the rim. Whether he's got to kind of contort his body or he's got to change up his speeds or whatever he's got to do or just straight up attack. Jalen Green at the rim, he's finishing it up. He's finishing much better right now. He's finishing really solidly. So Jalen Green, to me, is the player of the game. I mean, Tari Eason did phenomenal. Tari struggled a little bit early on. Not really like a struggle, but he just wasn't doing anything too crazy. And once he settled into the game, once the starters got off the court and it was just his time to go. You see the stats right here, 25 minutes, 24 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, 5 offensive rebounds. There was 2 of 4 from downtown, 8 of 15 from the field. There was that crazy possession where Tari shot a 3. I think the shot clock was expiring, but it's neither here nor there. He shoots a 3. It didn't look bad. It didn't look like it was missing anything crazy. And I think it was falling just short, and he runs up, like literally gets the offensive rebound without the ball bouncing and just puts up the layup. Like Toronto was just, everyone was kind of staring at him. That's the effort you're getting from Tari Eason, night in and night out. So, Eric Gordon didn't play tonight, which I still think Tari Eason should be the starter. Jayshawn Tate also looked really good, but KT 82-0 team. What's up, Jorge? How you doing, man? Tari Eason, first team all rookie. Yep. Told you KMJ ain't going nowhere. KJ Martin Jr., I think he was the first double-digit scorer on the team tonight. He went off. He had a good first preseason game, too. We all know KJ Martin Jr. is a good basketball player. And my thought process with KJ is if he's not, like, if that stuff's in the past and the Houston Rockets don't have an issue with it and it was just today's new media just being annoying as hell like it always is, people messing with stories to get more clicks. Like, if it was like that and, KJ's dad, that whole thing is just not a issue, I'm all for it, man. KJ's one hell of a basketball player entering his third season here. He's looking at an improve, like he's looking at more minutes. That's why I thought the story of him, see it tonight. Team high plus 25, 13 points, 4 and 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. He had 5 rebounds, he had 3 assists, he had 2 steals. He's the Houston Rockets' best weak side blocker. He's improved his handles. He's got one hell of a 3-point shot, one hell of a shot in general. And we all know about his lob threat and his athletic ability. So I would love to keep KJ Martin Jr. as long as it's not this crazy issue in the locker room, which we haven't heard that being even a case. We haven't heard the only issues anybody had with KJ Martin Jr. would be relating to his dad's comments. And I guess it's another one of those where we don't know the whole situation. So I guess why not judge? And we'll let Houston do what Houston wants to do. Because for right now, man, I'll enjoy KJ Martin playing basketball. I think all of us can agree we want KJ Martin Jr. to succeed, whether it's with Houston. We all want it to be with Houston, but I think he will succeed and he'll be a valuable role player in today's day and age. It's just sometimes when you're 21 years old and legally you couldn't even drink alcohol last season and, you were a 50th round pick or 50th pick in the second round. Like, it's just something you got to work up for. So that hopefully that's all in the past, because as of right now, it definitely seems like it's all in the past. Tari is an act for getting the ball, great instincts. The only issue I saw from Tari Eason, he had 2 turnovers today. One of the first turnovers was just a bad pass. I forget what exactly happened. It was some type of pick and roll situation, and there was a cutter, and the idea was there. The idea made sense, and he gave the pass. I forgot who stole it on Toronto, but there were like 3 Raptor guys right there, and it was just a miscommunication, just bad execution, and he follows it up with a great defensive stop, and gets the ball and throws kind of a nice, the announcers compared him to Jason Kidd, but he just kind of threw a nice little perfectly timed pass. And unfortunately, Daishen Nix got blocked, but it was not Daishen Nix's night. It was not Daishen Nix's night. What's up, Gio? How you doing, man? Everyone go check out JDC. He also posts Houston Rockets content. Were you starting Tate or Tari? So that's the other thing. That's the other thing is Jae'Sean Tate offers me something that Tari is raw at times, right? There are going to be times where Tari struggles. I think we all can agree Eric Gordon should not be starting, especially the way our backup point guard situation looks. Ty played better. We'll talk about that right after this, but Ty played better. Look at Daishen, bro. 1 of 10, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. He struggled once again. He didn't make a 3 assists, the steal, 4 turnovers. I really feel like they were giving Daishen Nix the opportunity to solidify his spot on the roster and solidify backup point guard tonight. And it was just another one of those, man, we can't, we just can't anymore. It just seems like one of those we can't anymore. But like I said, we'll talk about that after this. Jae'Sean Tate is one of those guys every night where if you just watch the stats, if you're not watching the Houston Rockets game, something comes up in your life, whatever, you just don't watch the game. And you see a stat line like Jae'Sean Tate tonight where you see 17 minutes, 7 points, 2 of 4 from the 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from downtown, which was also like fully confident shot. Like he took that with no hesitation. 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a turnover, finished second in team high with plus 18. You can kind of tell it was a pretty efficient, pretty solid game for Jae'Sean Tate, but unless you're watching it, man, it's kind of hard to put into words like the impact Jae'Sean Tate has on both sides of the ball. That 1-3 we've seen so far this preseason from Jae'Sean, because he missed the first game against San Antonio. That's something that I really liked. because I know Jay worked a lot on the three ball. He worked a lot on his shot in this summer, and I think that's something I'm very excited about. And I think it's a little too early to tell. I know it sounds crazy because there's one preseason game left, but this isn't an issue for the Houston Rockets. You just guaranteed Jae'Sean Tate for 3 years on like $6 million a year, and it's highway robbery because Tate's just value is so much higher than that, or it will be higher than that. And you got him for 3 years on such a steal of a contract. Like, I truly don't care if they go with Jae'Sean Tate and Tari Eason as long as Steven Silas is okay with making adjustments. If you're okay with just even being wrong and being like, all right, I shouldn't have started Eric Gordon. I should have started Jae'Sean Tate. Tari Eason's the starter and vice versa. That's all I care about. So, I think Tari Eason right now, especially in the first two preseason games, the way he played in the summer league, I think he's really established himself as a role player on this team at worst. Like, he's given him spot in the rotation. He's given himself spot in the rotation. And I don't think you could have said that maybe we're still not even at 100%, but like, I know it's just two preseason basketball games, but even right now compared to summer league but especially compared to when we drafted him, like Tari Eason is a 25-minute a night guy. If Tari Eason isn't getting 25 a night, unless he's quite literally struggling, it's showing up on the stat sheet, you're watching it with our eyes, and he's just not playing good. That's the only reason Tari Eason should not be playing 25 minutes a night. So I like that he's playing a lot right now in the preseason. However, you could just as well use the counter argument to that. Like, okay, on one side, Jalen Green played 25, KPJ played 24, but on the other end, KJ Martin played 27, Daishen Nix played 25, Tari Eason played 25. Like, how much stock should we put into it? And it's preseason, man. So we're taking it all with a grain of salt. I think it's a little too early to say, but I would imagine Jae'Sean Tate still gets the nod just because of his veteran. I know he's only been in the league for 2 seasons, but still older than Tari and Jabari. So I think he'll get the nod over Tari as far as right now until it's his job to lose. It's his job to lose. How about Nix today? He was afraid to shoot a three. He really didn't, did he, Gio? Daishen didn't really want to shoot much. He's a pass-first guard, but when I watch his G League highlights, I just don't see. Like, Ty to me is a pass-first guard. That's a pass-first guard. Chris Paul, pass-first guard. And I'm not trying to knock on Daishen Nix, but every time people tell me Daishen Nix is a pass-first guard, I'm like, when? When he loses his dribble 5 seconds into crossing the half court? Like, I just don't get it. I want Daishen Nix to succeed so badly. I want him to succeed so badly, but I still have this. I like Ty's better. I don't care how raw Ty is. Ty, when he subbed into the fourth quarter tonight, which was way too late. Let's get that cleared. And once again, it's one of those, it's preseason. So is that because he has a role secured and that's why they wanted to play Nix more? Or did they want to play Nix more because he has the spot solidified and Ty's lost his spot? It's just, the preseason dilemma. But man, dude, like, I want him to do so bad. And in the summer league, at least, you'd get like a horrible half from Daishen Nix. And then like the third quarter would be like, all right, we're kind of back a little bit. Like, he just saved himself definitely from getting cut. Every time we watch a live Houston Rockets game since the start of summer league, I feel like I come onto these live streams and I say to myself, man, Daishen Nix sucked. Thank God he figured that out by the end of the game. And tonight you cannot say that. I mean, it was bad, dude. Like, his 4 turnovers were just his first turnover. One of his first turnovers? I think it was one of the first, right there late in the first quarter, where I forget who got a hand in it. We'll watch it after the film, or we'll watch it on the film after the game or after the stream, but it was like the worst. I think Siakam got the steal, and it was just the worst ball handling in the world. And I'm watching this and I'm like, he's not explosive. He's not using his physicality to his advantage right now. He's not shooting well in any way, shape, or form. He's not really finding his teammates. I don't think Ty like gave himself a guaranteed spot in the rotation, because when we look at Ty's stats, played 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, 5 points, +5. He had 2 turnovers, he had 2 fouls, 2 assists. Like, he airballed a 3 on like one of his first couple possessions. He airballed a 3, and you're like, oh, damn, Daishen's really struggled. Please, Ty don't struggle like that tonight. And then the next possession, he gets a steal and just takes it to the house and finishes with a floater. And he shot 57% in floaters last season with Kentucky. What's up, Noah? Nice profile picture there. But yeah, it's just Tari should be starting, but it might take him a little bit. I don't know. The good news is Jae'Sean Tate, like, as far as contract goes, I guess technically he's only on $6-7 million a year, so can't remember that exact number. $6-7 million a year, that's still like, you can put him on the bench and you feel like perfectly fine. It's not like you're paying him $16 million a year and you're like, why did we pay a bench player $16 million a year? Like, it's like we kind of have to start him. So we have a really good problem with Jae'Sean Tate. It's just like another good young player. Jae'Sean is turning 27 though in this month, so we'll see. I was doubting you though about Nix, but after paying very attention to his game, I don't think he should be the backup point guard. Did you see him airball free throws? Dude, this guy he shot what, 60% from the free throw line in the G League last year and 50% from the free throw line in his 22 games in the regular season with us. Like, it's brutal, dude. It's brutal, because if he didn't have such bad free throw shooting moves, I bet you his confidence would be slightly improved. It would probably be greatly improved, but we'll downplay it and say slightly improved confidence, because you're not shooting 50% in the NBA as a guard. So yeah, we'll give him a much bigger confidence boost if he wasn't shooting 50% from the charity stripe as a point guard. Okay, Ben Simmons. At least Ben Simmons has an all-NBA defense. He has 3 All-Stars, and he's like 25, and he's also like 15, 8, and 7 in his career. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not ready to give the backup point guard keys to Ty. That's why I wasn't too bad of a fan of keeping Trey Burke possibly for like a half of a season. But please, Steven Silas, put Tari Eason, or I would take Jae'Sean Tate. I'll take KJ Martin Jr. Put one of those 3 players in the starting lineup, please. Give Ty the nod over Daishen Nix and let them split ball handling duties. Like, if you don't do that, I think we might be effed as far as the bench goes. So, like, shout out to Tari and KJ, because as far as bench went tonight, they were cooking it up. And also Josh Christopher, Garrison Matthews adds a nice 3-point shooting threat there. So it's cool. I'm like 10 minutes late on check, as I apologize. Nick's nonchalant attitude rubs me the wrong way. See, this is something I don't put too much stock in, Philip, because KPJ is very similar, where there are some times where it just looks very nonchalant-y. And once you pick up on KPJ being, sometimes it appears, I'm not saying he is being nonchalant, I'm saying sometimes it appears as so. You see the same thing with Jalen Green. Sometimes, right? Keyword is sometimes it can be compared ish, right? So Nick's attitude doesn't give me, he doesn't do anything for me. Nick's lost me when he passed up. There were plenty of it. No, yeah, Charlie follows it up with Nick's lost me last season, man. Yeah. It's unfortunate because we're talking about a 21, 6 and 8 G League player, 40% 3-point shooting. Like, Daishen Nix, G League stud. That's why I always wanted him to come up to the NBA, but maybe he's not quite there yet. You know what? I need to get a Daishen Nix age check. 20. There we go. There's your answer. 20 years old. I actually would have thought he was 21. But 20 makes perfectly amount of sense. So just put him in the G League for another season, and let's hope he doesn't get pissed off because he's only 20 years old. All right. Jacob also, very good point. He could also help playmate getting there. How many minutes is Garrison Matthews getting? That's a good question, man. So tonight we saw a nice little 0-point game. That was cool. 26.3 last season. Wow, I did not anticipate that to be the number. Garrison Matthews will probably be somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes a night. We'll see. We'll see. Man, we got 44 people in here, man. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys are new here. All my links are down below. I just actually changed up the Houston Rockets Daily YouTube channel where I put in, if you go to our About page, my About page, I've got all my links possible there. I made like a channel membership for like $5. I think you get like 4 different perks to it. I just did like some small stuff to try and, because it's Houston Rockets Daily and the Houston Rockets are back. So like we're also back. When is Jabari Smith coming back, e.g., and other Rockets players? I wouldn't be surprised if Eric didn't play the rest of the preseason. Same thing goes for Jabari, but we'll wait and see, man. We have till Monday to the next Rocket game. Excuse me. I'd rather have Christopher the Knicks playing point guard. Ty definitely needs to go down to the G League. Yes, how good do we feel about Ty being the long-term, all-season backup point guard? I don't know. Jae'Sean Tate also, I know this isn't what Charlie says, but Jae'Sean Tate also could come off of the bench with Eric Gordon and Ty and be kind of, and Jacob, and be kind of, so maybe Ty's like your 11th, 12th man on the rotation. It's not playing every night. And so you go with Eric Gordon, Jae'Sean Tate, kind of as your facilitators. Maybe they decide to keep Tari on there, but I have a hard time KJ would get the starting nod over Tari and Eric, but we've seen crazier things. The Matthews confirmed guaranteed 4-year signing was a little confusing, but I guess it makes him a tradable. I guess maybe what they're thinking is worst case is they're going to be like tradable assets. Because Bruno just got guaranteed 4 years as well. There's no disrespect going to Bruno, but he's a very raw basketball player. So I think the same thing can be applied to Garrison. He's just more of a sharpshooter. Unfortunately for Garrison, especially on the defensive end, like I don't feel comfortable with him. Like even though like A for effort, right? Garrison, I'll give Garrison an A for effort, 100%. But sometimes, sometimes it's not good enough. And, when you're 6'5", 215, it sounds kind of doggy to say, but like, sometimes it's barbecue chicken. Like Siakam gets switched on to him, and it's like, well, that's barbecue chicken. Like I'm going to go buy some sauce because I already know this is happening. But like, he had some good looks at threes. Like there was that shot he had, and 2 Raptors came flying in. And pump fake and miss the 3, but 2 Raptors they're respected him that much there. Oh man, Knicks needs to go to the 3v3s. Matthews ain't seen any minutes, so I guess that's a thought with Bruno and Garrison is that maybe they're your 10th, maybe they're your 9th man, 10th man on a rotation, but most likely they're gonna be just outside of that 10-man starting rotation, just there for depth, just in case, because Garrison Matthews is still, to me, I think he's still an NBA player. But maybe if he were to just completely shit the bed this season, maybe we have a different conversation. But Garrison can still give you a couple threes a night. Like I said, A for effort on defense. It's definitely A for effort. So, yeah. Thing is, I see Tate worked on his form a lot compared to last season, so I'm hoping he could be at least respectable 3-point shooter. If Tate's number is I think even at worst case, 32.5, I'd be very pleased. I don't think Matthews is getting cut because of the guaranteed contract. I'd rather have Maladon. Yeah, so we also don't really know what's going on with Maladon. My guess is still Teo Maladon has no role or no future with this team, but until I'm proven wrong, that's kind of what I'm assuming here. Same thing with Willie Cauley-Stein. It's another one of those preseason SOB things where it's all right, is Willie Cauley-Stein that good where he's just guaranteed to get a roster spot? Does the same thing apply to Teo Maladon? Because these guys have been in the league. Teo's been in the league for a couple of years, 2 years. Let's see if there's any news with Willie. I have he wasn't at media day. Like, I just don't think that what is going on with these players? Does anybody know? Do we have any update on Willie Cauley-Stein or any update on Teo Maladon? There's nothing. There's just quite literally nothing ever. Maybe if somebody's watching, they can let me know if they know something. I'm 12 minutes behind in chat here. Garuba looks like a bust. Well, I think that's very unfair. I don't think Garuba, what constitutes a bust? I think Usman Garuba could definitely be the last man in a rotation on an NBA roster. And, I guess maybe when you're getting picked in the first round, that's not exactly what you're hoping for. But you got to keep in mind, man, we had 4 first-round draft picks that season. You got to keep in mind, like, usually your draft picks miss. I don't care who you are. I don't care, like, who your GM is. I don't care what team you are. There are very few GMs who, like, most of the time don't miss. Like, most GMs in every single sport miss a ton. And when your first pick of that draft is Jalen Green and your second pick is Alperen Sengun and your third pick wasn't it Josh Christopher and then it was Garuba? Like, anyways, you have 4 first-round picks. Like, one of them is not working. It's not working. But I really don't think Usman Garuba played himself out of a role or anything like that. Like, yeah, maybe I want to see him a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end, but I also know, isn't he still 20 years old? Can you legally drink Usman? You can't take Usman Garuba out for a beer. It's wild. These kids are, like, scary young. How am I 3 years older than Usman Garuba? Look at me. This is 3 years older than Usman Garuba? Come on. This is a simulation. I don't like the Gary Bird slander going on. He's been asked since he got paid. If we're being real here, Gary Bird shouldn't have been guaranteed a contract, man. Rafael Stone, we got a live interview with Rafael Stone. Raf, why did you guarantee Garrison Matthews 4 years of money? Well, he was a good player for us, and I was thinking he'd continue to be a good player for us. He's 27, 28-year-old Garrison Matthews really worth 4 years of guaranteed contracts. I don't care if you're paying him $4 million. I don't care if you're paying $10 million. I don't care if you're paying $40 million. Raf, why'd you pay Garrison Matthews 4 years of guaranteed money when there are guys currently out there on the free agency wire who could do better, if not the same? Houston Rockets Daily, I don't know. I fucked up. I know, Ralph. I'm always right. God. You see, yeah. In Nick we trust. Nick's is trash. Gruber doesn't impress me at all. Damn, you guys we're just, got another man. We got another fucking just sad one. This is critical as well. Shout out David Ham here. Injuries happen. All right. That's a good point. And maybe that should have been Rafael Stone in our hypothetical interview. Maybe that would have been his counter argument is, hey, Houston Rockets Daily, injuries happen. Hey, Raf, you're right. My bad. But, like, still, he's like, I know, but, you could argue. It's fair. Fuck them Raptors. No. What's up, Shade? We do have a brutal schedule to start the season. These Rockets do have a brutal schedule to start the season. Yeah, that is true. So I'm not like crazily impressed with Bruno. I am hoping Bruno continues to be with this basketball squad. He's 24 years old here. Played 30 games for us last season. Like, I don't think Bruno did anything crazy. I do like he's got like a very loose ability to stretch the floor. I feel like at times, sometimes his ability to stretch the floor can be overplayed. Like, it's not like Bruno Fernandez who got about to give me like 4 threes a night. I swear, sometimes people have you thinking Bruno is gonna take like 6 threes and make 4 of them. And it's like, when that happens, I'll buy you a drink because that's crazy. All right, that's kind of crazy. Oh shit, dude, you're right. Teo Maladon did play it. Hold on, where's League Pass here? Where did I stop? Every time I type in NBA, it's NBAstream.io, and it's not even the best one. This is not worth it. I'm not gonna check. Oh, there we go. Huh. I got a couple minutes left in this game. Apparently, I was watching Teo Maladon play basketball, and I didn't realize it. If he played in the last 7 minutes, and if he didn't play in the last 7 minutes, then I completely did not notice him playing basketball. So that's good. Still don't know what the word is with Willie Cauley-Stein, and I don't have any worries or concerns with what's happening with Willie Cauley-Stein because I would feel a little bit better with Teo Maladon being, I guess, the safe pick. Boban played a minute tonight. That had to have been the last minute of the basketball game. See, I don't remember watching Derek Favors play basketball tonight either. Maybe I'm stupid. I saw plenty of Ty Washington. Yeah, I don't know. We'll watch it in the film. But yeah, it's interesting. What's up, Deverick? I'm loving Tari Eason. He's a bad man on a mission. Hell yeah. Need a little bit of seasoning and chemistry. Garuba was effective in his time on the floor with good defense, and he's a good passer. There is a role. That is very true, David. Şengün is going to struggle. Most likely, he's going to struggle with foul trouble. Most likely, right? He's a good shot, but bad shot selection. I feel like most of the times when people critique Garrison's shot selection, it's kind of at the end of the shot clock where they keep swinging it, and he's got like 3 seconds, and he's not good at creating space on his own. So I don't have like a burning desire to get rid of Garrison Matthews right now, but I also like wouldn't be upset in any way, shape, or form if he got traded when I woke up tomorrow. That sounds kind of doggy. Oh, he played in the last minute of the game. There we go. There's the answer. Got a standing ovation. I've never really understood the hype for Boban. I feel like I'm missing something. He's 34. Do they applaud him because he's 7'4"? Is his wife really hot? Let's take a look. Oh. I'd applaud him too. All right. There we go. There's the answer. So I'm going to do I was hyped about Favors when we traded for him until I saw him on the floor. I don't remember at any point watching the Houston Rockets tonight. Like I said, I still have a couple minutes left in the fourth quarter. I don't remember seeing him at all. And unfortunately, same thing with Teo, but I don't think Derek Favors has any role on this basketball team, even for depth. Do people not remember Daniel Tice? Like, Daniel Tice worked horribly, guys. Why would we have Derek Favors play for us? I don't know. Boban was moving so slow that his stream up the stream. Broban's just funny and he's great live. He's got some good ish commercials. I'm not trying to like shit on your specific taste, but like Boban's not like that funny, right? Like, he's like funny because I guess he's only 34, but he looks like he's like 48. He looks like the funny uncle that you wouldn't expect to be funny. I guess that's what makes it funny, but like, I don't watch one of the State Farm Boban commercials. I'm like, like that doesn't happen. So I'm sorry. I wonder how parents tell their kids about like Santa and Christmas and Easter. It's very interesting. Gordon, Favors, and Matthews in a second-round pick to Lakers for Westbrook. Give us the 2027 pick, and we can dominate the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers. There we go. That would be something. He played garbage time minutes. He wasn't in long. I just don't – what's the freaking point, dude? Am I confused at his age? I wouldn't have said – I will give Derek Favors this. I did not think he was only 31. So I will definitely give Derek Favors that. Maybe just when you're in Oklahoma, it ages you by 5 years. Well, Derek Favors only 3 years removed from being 26. Whoa. I meant double-digit scoring as far as he went 12 and 7.5. Derek Favors was a really good basketball player, but he hasn't seen over 20 in the last 2 years. And the last time he averaged 20 was with the Pellies. I remember that 2K team. He was putting up 9 points and 10 rebounds and a block per game. Can't shoot the three, but yeah, I would have literally guessed Derek Favors was 34 years old. Man, 2015, 2016, Derek Favors putting up 16 and 8. It's a good time to be alive, man. He needs to do us a favor and retire. Bring Westbrook off the bench. Start Westbrook and let's just go for the top 10 seed, dude. Fuck it. Boban's knees are thick. They have a headache when he runs. Oh, no. If you had to choose between KJ and Tate, who are you keeping? Dude, that's a really good question, man. We got Philip in here. This is anybody throw some last minute questions or comments down below. KPJ or KJ Martin? If I had to keep one, I would go KMJ because he's, what is he, 7 years younger? He's at least 6 years younger. So that's my answer. But maybe if James Harden and John Wall and Christian Wood were traded to the Houston Rockets, I would definitely go with Jae'Sean Tate. But with the current Houston Rockets, I'm going to go KJ. And just hope his dad doesn't shaft us, man. Just kind of hope that doesn't happen. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. I'll probably wait to do a recap video till tomorrow so you guys can just watch this if you have any comments or want to hear about the Rockets. But I appreciate you all tuning in to Let's Talk Rockets number 5. I have all of my links down below. My Instagram's right there. A lot of lovely people have been following the Instagram. And but I finally put in the Houston Rockets daily about page, I finally put every link that I'm okay with sharing. So that's it for today. And I kind of love this podcast, but not an official podcast vibe. Peace out, comedy. Peace out, David. I don't know what Clutch Fans is, but word. Peace out, Philip. Appreciate to the rest of the 45 of you watching this live. And if you're not watching this live, I love you even more. Ooh, it's equal love. I'm like a parent. It's equal love. That was kind of shitty to say. Because if anything, I should love the people who are watching me live more than people who aren't watching me live. It's late. It's late. I'll blame it on the child. Anyways, hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow or Sunday. Peace.